Good morning, children. Today we are going to study a new topic, midpoint theorem. As the name says that this theorem depends upon the midpoints. So basically we'll talk about the midpoints of line segments, but basically midpoints of sides of a triangle. Are you getting it? So in a triangle ABC, you can see the figure here on the screen. In a triangle ABC, E and F are the midpoints of the sides AB and AC. Clear? It is given that E and F are the midpoints of line segment AB and AC respectively in a triangle ABC. Clear? So if two midpoints have been given, midpoints of any two sides of a triangle is given. In that case, if we join the midpoints, the line segment joining the midpoints of the two sides of the triangle will be parallel to the opposite base and will be equal to half of the base. This is midpoint theorem. Once again, I'll repeat. In triangle ABC, it is given that two midpoints are given. Midpoints of any two of the sides is given. Okay, so I have taken midpoint of AB is E, midpoint of AC is F. Now we have joined EF. So EF will be parallel to opposite base BC and EF will be equal to opposite base BC. EF will be equal to half BC and half of the base. EF will be equal to half of the base and EF is parallel to BC. Now if we take midpoints of any other two sides, then earlier we took the midpoints of line segment AB and AC. Now I am taking midpoints of line segment AB and BC. Then what will happen? Here also you need to understand midpoint theorem. In midpoint theorem, two midpoints have been given. Midpoints of any two sides will be given and the line segment joining the midpoints will be parallel to the opposite base and will be equal to the half of the opposite base. So here in triangle ABC, E is midpoint of AB and G is midpoint of BC. So EG, opposite to EG, which base is falling? AC. Opposite to EG, base is AC. So EG is equal to half of AC and EG will be parallel to AC. This is the statement of midpoint theorem. We'll write in this manner. Given that in triangle ABC, E and G are midpoints of line segment AB and BC respectively. By midpoint theorem, EG is equal to half of AC. EG is parallel to AC. Now one more option is left out. Suppose midpoints of line segment AC and BC are given. Then how we'll write? Then GF will be opposite to GF. It is line segment AB, or we can say opposite to GF. Base is AB. So GF will be equal to half of AB. GF is parallel to AB. Clear? This is statement of midpoint theorem. How are you going to prove midpoint theorem? To prove midpoint theorem, we have to take a triangle ABC. In triangle ABC, it is given that midpoints of any two sides are given. So it is given that D is midpoint of AB and E is midpoint of AC. Or in one sentence we write, in triangle ABC, given that D and E are midpoints of line segment AB and AC respectively. Clear? To what will be the midpoint theorem? By midpoint theorem, DE is equal to half of BC and DE will be parallel to BC because opposite to DE, base is BC. So DE will be parallel to BC. DE is equal to half of BC. These two things we have to prove. two things have been given, that D is midpoint of AB, E is midpoint of AC. These two things are given, and we have to prove that DE is equal to half of BC and DE is parallel to BC. These two things we have to prove. So for this, what we'll do, we'll draw a line CF through point C. We will draw a line CF which is parallel to line segment AB, and if we extend DE, that extended line will intersect CF at point F. Clear? Now we'll take two triangles, triangle ADE and triangle CFE. We'll show that these two triangles are congruent to each other. So as you can see, this angle and this angle, these are vertically opposite angles. So angle AED will be equal to angle CEF, vertically opposite. By construction, we can say that AB is parallel to CF, and if AB and CF are parallel to each other, AB and CF are parallel to each other, then angle DAE will be equal to angle FCE, alternate angles. It should be alternate angles, not corresponding. It has to be alternate angles. Clear? So two angles we have got. Now it is given that E is midpoint of AC. If E is midpoint of AC, then AE is equal to CE. So by ASA axiom, they are congruent to each other. If they are congruent to each other, then we can write that CF is equal to AD and AD was equal to BD because D is midpoint of AB. So AD and BD are equal. AD and CF are equal. It means BD and CF will be equal to each other. Okay. And they were parallel also by construction. So BCFD becomes a parallelogram. And if it is a parallelogram, BC is equal to DF, opposite sides of parallelogram. As E is midpoint of DF, because we have just now shown by CPCT, DE is equal to EF. DE is equal to CF by CPCT. I'll show it. See, by ASA axiom, they are congruent to each other. Then two things we have written. DE is equal to EF by CPCT and AD is equal to CF by CPCT. AD and CF are equal and DE and EF are equal. Okay. So if DE and EF are equal, E becomes the midpoint of DF. If E is midpoint of DF, then we can write DE is equal to half of DF and DF is equal to BC. So DE is equal to half DF, or we can write DE is equal to half BC. Clear? Because BC and DF will be equal to each other because opposite sides of a parallelogram. Are you getting it? So ultimately, we have proved that DE is equal to half BC and we have proved that DE and BC are parallel to each other. Clear? This was our midpoint theorem. Now, what is the converse of midpoint theorem? Converse of midpoint theorem, as I said that in midpoint theorem, two things were given and two things you have to prove. What were the two things? Two midpoints were given. Midpoints of any two sides were given and we have to write that line segment joining the midpoints will be equal to half of the opposite base and the line segment joining the midpoints will be parallel to the opposite base. But here in converse of midpoint theorem, only one midpoint will be given. It means midpoint of any one side of the triangle will be given. And it will be given that a line which passes through that midpoint is parallel to the opposite base. These two things will be given. Okay. So I'll read the entire statement. In triangle ABC, it is given that D is midpoint of AB and a line which passes through D, DE, is parallel to BC, opposite base BC. By converse of midpoint theorem, we can say that E will be midpoint of AC and DE will be half of BC. This is the converse of midpoint theorem. We use converse of midpoint theorem when we have to prove that a particular point is a midpoint of a line segment. When it is not given that it is a midpoint and we have to prove it, then we use this theorem. We have one more theorem, that is equal intercept theorem. In this theorem, 3 or more than 3 lines are parallel to each other. As you can see, MN is parallel to KL and is parallel to GH. All 3 lines are parallel to each other. And there are 2 intersecting lines. Here, if PQ is equal to RQ, if PQ is 3 centimeter and RQ is 3 centimeter, then it will be, by equal intercept theorem, it will be ST is equal to UT. ST, it does not mean that PQ is 3 centimeter, so ST will also be 3 centimeter. It is not like that. PQ is equal to QR, then ST will be equal to TU. It means if PQ is 3, RQ is 3, maybe ST is 4 centimeter, TU is 4 centimeter. So they are equal to each other, but it is not necessary that ST and PQ are equal. Are you getting it? So ST will be equal to TU, but it is not necessary that ST is equal to PQ. Clear? Once again, I'll repeat. Equal intercept theorem says that if 3 lines are parallel to each other and PQ is equal to RQ, means the intercepts of one intersecting line, they are equal, then intercepts by the another intersecting line will also be equal to each other. Fine. Now moving on to the questions. I'll pick up question number 1A from your exercise. It is given that in triangle, I'll show the diagram. In triangle ABC, it is given that D, E, and F are the midpoints of line segments BC, AC and AB respectively. Are you getting it? Now, and values of line segments have been given that AB is equal to 6 centimeter, BC is equal to 4.8 and CA is equal to 5.6 centimeter. We have to find out perimeter of trapezium FBCE. Perimeter of trapezium FBCE means sum of all 4 line segments. So BF will be equal to 3 centimeter. See, I'll take it from the beginning. It is said that F is midpoint of AB. AB is 6 centimeter. So AF and BF will become 3 and 3. It is said that D is midpoint of BC. So BD and DC will be 2.4 and 2.4 because BC was 4.8. Clear? E is midpoint of AC. As AC is 5.6 centimeter, then AE becomes 2.8 and EC becomes 2.8. Now, if we use midpoint theorem, then what will happen? And why do we require to apply midpoint theorem? Because if we talk about trapezium FBCE, then we know FB is 3, BC is 4.8. We know that EC is 2.8, but we do not know the measurement of line segment EF. So to calculate the value of EF, we have to apply midpoint theorem. So if we see in triangle ABC, E and F are the midpoints of line segment AC and AB respectively. Clear? AC and AB respectively. So according to midpoint theorem, EF is opposite to base BC. EF is opposite to base BC. So EF will be equal to half of the BC. Half of BC means half of 4.8. That means 2.4. Clear? Likewise, we'll apply in all three. If we take E and D are the midpoints of line segment AC and BC respectively, then ED will be half of AB. ED will be equal to half of AB, half of opposite base. So half of AB, that means 3 centimeter. Likewise, if we take midpoints F and D, so because F and D are the midpoints of line segment AB and BC respectively, then by midpoint theorem, FD will be equal to half of AC, because opposite to FD, base is AC. So FD is half of AC, that means 2.8. Now we'll very easily we'll be able to calculate the perimeter of trapezium. So it is 3 plus 4.8 plus 2.8 plus 2.4. That means 13 centimeter. Now triangle DEF. In triangle DEF, we have already calculated all three values. So it is 3 plus 2.4 plus 2.8. That means 8.2 centimeter. Clear? Moving on to the next question. Question number 1, C part. It says that in a triangle ABC, which is given here, in a triangle ABC, D and E are the midpoints of AB and BC line segments respectively. And it is given that DF and BC are parallel to each other. It is given in the question. And we have to prove that DBEF is a parallelogram. So what is the property of a parallelogram? That opposite sides are parallel and equal. So basically, DF is parallel to BE. DF is equal to BE. And BD is parallel to EF. BD is equal to EF. That's what we have to prove. Okay. So we'll pick up first of all, in triangle ABC, it is given that D is midpoint of AB. Only one midpoint is given. D is midpoint of AB. It is given that E is midpoint, but we are not taking right now. We are taking that D is midpoint of AB. And a line which is passing through D, DF, is parallel to BC. This is given. So by converse of midpoint theorem, two things are given. That in triangle ABC, D is midpoint of AB and DF is parallel to BC. Line segment passing through point D, DF is parallel to opposite base BC. This means by converse of midpoint theorem, F will become midpoint of line segment AC and DF is equal to half of BC. Clear? DF is equal to half of BC. And we'll write it. Now, DF becomes half of BC. That's what it is shown here. DF is parallel to BE and DF is equal to BE. Because, wait a minute. It is because E is midpoint of BC. Right now we have proved that DF is equal to half of BC. It is written here, DF is equal to half of BC. Clear? And half BC can be replaced by BE because E is midpoint of BC. So half BC is equal to BE. So DF is equal to BE and DF was parallel to complete line segment BC. We can write it as DF is parallel to BE. Clear? Either we take the complete line segment BC or we take a portion of it, they will be parallel to each other. Fine. Now, one pair we have shown. For the other pair, what we have to do? For the other pair, here now F is midpoint. We have proved that F is midpoint of AC. And it is given that E is midpoint of BC. So, in triangle ABC, we take F and E are the midpoints of line segment AC and BC respectively. Clear? So by midpoint theorem, EF is parallel to AB and EF is equal to half of AB. Half AB can be written as BD because D is midpoint of AB. So BD is equal to EF and EF is parallel to complete line segment AB, or we can write EF is parallel to BD. So opposite sides are parallel and equal to each other. So by equation number 1 and 2, we can say that DEFD DBEF is a parallelogram. One more thing was asked, length of AC if AF is 2.6. AF is given 2.6, so we can see that F is midpoint of AC. So if AF is 2.6, then AC will be double of 2.6. That means 5.2 centimeter. Okay.